Hey wrestling fans, Scott Fishman here for Wrestling Inc. And I'm actually on site at Toomey's Tools. They're having an Oktoberfest with wrestling event and actually a meet and greet with legends just like Fred Ottman. Fred Ottman, how are you doing today?
Excellent. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's great to connect with you. We know you're a man of many talents beyond just being a wrestler.
Or falling down. I'm really good at falling down.
I hear that. So talk about what it's like to be at events right now with everything going on and how important it is to have this interaction.
Everybody has their own cup of tea, and everybody, is doing different events, trying different things. A lot of stuff is online. I'm fixing to go to New York and do a auction up there and sale up there. Events like today are starting little by little. Independent wrestling is coming back out there. Everybody's social distancing for the most part. Although here in the state of Florida, the governor said, let her rip, and everybody can go wherever they want to go. Okay, but it's awesome. The fans you can see out here, you've been listening, they're awesome. We've been signing a ton of autographs, meeting kids, grandparents, parents, and they're having a good time. It's a great situation. I love it. Love the business. Was a wrestling fan. I wrestled. Still a wrestling fan.
So it's great because right now nostalgia is very big and everyone's like looking back at all the great memories. There's a lot of podcasts out there. One thing I wanted to ask you about is Bruce Pritchard brought up the fact that there was a potential of you wrestling at WrestleMania 7.
As Sheik Tugboat.
Yes, so tell me about that and what you know about it.
Know very little about it except stuff, scuttlebutt. You never know. They always do stuff, They flipped, Sergeant Slaughter. He became tag partners and a part of the Iran connection there. Forsaken America, jabroni. You know what I'm saying? But, very little about it. I mean, that's the way it is in the wrestling business. It's all behind the scenes until they come to you and go, this is what you're going to do tonight.
Is that something, knowing how controversial that would have been, is that something that you would have been open to doing? I'm
open to everything. I get questioned online all the time. What gimmicks did you like the best? And I like them all. I've had, through my nearly 30 years in the business, I've had several wrestling gimmicks that I started with and have gone through one after another,
As far as another thing, through the years, your great introduction you had no better great introduction than working with Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed it kind of ended abruptly when you were part of that and they wanted to turn you, heel with Typhoon. Tell me, do you feel like that had more legs as Tugboat? I mean, just tell me what was the mindset or when you were told that things were going to change.
Well, Quake had finished his run. He finished his run. Matter of fact, I got to see the Hasbro Tugboat figure that was never released. I seen the 2-Up, okay? I seen the Hasbro figure, but I was excited about it. They had a Tugboat T-shirt that was never, a matter of fact, my first wife, she had this sleep shirt that she used, and I'm sure she got rid of it after our parting of ways. But I came back for TV after I just did a photo shoot in Rhode Island on tugboats, and I came back and at TV they go, they called me in the office, Pat Patterson, the powers that be that were in there, and we got this idea. We want to team you up with Quake, Jimmy Hart, your manager. And I'm like, I love Quake, and Quake was an awesome worker and great wrestler and good guy.
Oh. What is it like to see, how often do you see Jimmy these days? I mean, you see him at an event like this, but are you guys remain close?
Who?
Jimmy Hart, the one you're still.
Well, when I get to Jimmy is the busiest man in the business. I'm gonna tell you what. Between music, between promotion, I mean, he is there and he is able to do everything. He is the wrestler's manager, wrestler's wrestler, whatever you want to call him. Jimmy is just awesome. When I get to see him, when I have the opportunity, I mean, he does a lot of stuff still with Hogan, and just being a part, and doing these different events like this, and to do the wrestling cons and stuff like that. That's the best part about doing it, getting up and seeing, guys. And we were just talking today about how many guys, we just lost Animal, and I had posted a picture of all 4 of us in ring hugging, and people were like, "Oh my God," I says, "I miss my friends," and those guys were my friends. I talked, I'd get on the phone, talk to Animal, Bobby Ford. I mean, there's a lot of different guys. Luke with Bushwhackers, a good friend of mine. I like to talk to him every once a week or every couple of weeks. When I'm not in the midst of doing something. And I feel that way about a lot of guys, and that's why events like this where they have multiple guys, you get to meet some of the new young talent. Because I'm still a wrestling fan. I'm a collector. I have a lot of figures. I have a lot of memorabilia and all that stuff. It's in my house in Nashville. I live here in St. Pete right now, but it's one of those things. I mean, it's a great part of the business. I mean, I love a lot of guys.
Do you remember the last time you spoke to Animal and what that conversation was like?
Probably about a week before he died. Yeah, we always send messages and stuff. I post a lot of stuff on my Facebook page, a lot of wrestling, photos from when we worked and stuff, and the other guys. I'm always posting different things and wrestling posters and different things. And he'll comment, he'll say stuff and that. We'll talk back and forth and everything. He sent me a message because my wife's been in bad health, and I was for the last 2 months had issues with my lower legs, and he talk to me online and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good.
So you mentioned you're a big collector. What's your prized possession that you have right now? What's the one thing that really?
I couldn't even tell you. I mean, I've probably got 2,000 or 3,000 pieces. I'm in a new house up in Tennessee. I'm doing a man cave room. I've got I bought a 40-foot trailer for storage because I have. Usually when I do autograph stuff like this, I bring out. I have a lot of figures that I sell, autograph figures and that, and different virtual shows and stuff like that I do. But I have posters. I have a poster that all of them destroyed. Jimmy brought me back when we did '92 SummerSlam at Wembley Stadium, and broke Michael Jackson's record. And they were outside selling bootleg posters, which were actually better than Vince's posters. And he brought, baby, come back there, because he knows how I was. And he was living across the lake from where I lived in Tampa. And he brought them back because Jimmy is the collector's collector. I mean, he has all sporting good stuff. Every time we go to Canada, he would go to and get uncut sheets of sports cards and that stuff. Oh my God, he'd need a semi to transport all the stuff. Yeah, he actually took 2 days of his garage at the time when I was living over there. I mean, rolls and rolls and rolls of uncut stuff from, the different card manufacturers. And the prized possession, I don't know what to tell you, brother. I've got the board that Survivor Series signed by Hacksaw. That's probably one of the good pieces I have. But I have the original helmet. I had the cameraman that did WrestleMania in Orlando come up to me, and I had it on the table. I put it on there. People want to get that photo out. I said, you want to. I have guys maybe 5 or 6 together. I go, you want to wear this. It's talking to you. It's possessed. Okay? You want to wear the helmet.
It's amazing how something like that could turn into something.
The cameraman's like, how did you get that? I said, it was my faux pas.
You know a guy.
It's my helmet. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to take it from me? I don't think so.
Lastly, one thing I wanted to touch on you. Sure. Lastly, just a lot of people don't know about your great work as a photographer.
Oh, but wait, my prized possession is Quake's singlet.
Wow.
His son sent me. All the rest of his stuff was destroyed. His son has a singlet, and I have a singlet.
That's special. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them mounted and put up with the belts up in Tennessee.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people don't know about you're regularly at events, or you were at a lot of WWE events taking photos. How did you find out? Was that always a passion of yours? And just talk about just how that kind of was born.
No, I just like got to keep track about what's what. I'm a big Comic-Con guy. I have comic books. And not just wrestling comic books. I have comic books, lots of toys. I have antique collectibles and stuff. I have a lot. Hoarders. That's me. Like I said, I bought a 40-foot trailer roll-off container. I had them painted custom light gray, so it's in the backyard. I'm on about a half acre right off the square. And in the town that I'm living in, that stuff is packed and stacked and jacked. it's there.
That's awesome. So you mentioned your Facebook page. Where can people keep up with what you're doing?
Facebook, I'm on Messenger all the time. I mean, a lot of people like to follow all that stuff and everything. I mean, and I'm just now getting about that Twitter thing, and you know, I'm still not on to what it is. Maybe I should do some TikTok. I'm a hell of a dancer. Light on your feet.
Yeah. Well, about Cameo, you got to get some cameos going.
I'm doing cameos.
Okay.
There
you go.
I'm doing very, very well cameo, and it is very reasonable. Unlike everybody else is charging a ton. $30. You know, $30 for whatever message. If you want me to roast a guy, I can roast him. I've had him do that. I got one I got to do today, a motivational deal, and they bought a tugboat doll, and it was from a female, and she said their whole deal is being a tugboat going forward is advertising for her. You know, so yeah, I have to send a message out to them today. But yeah, I've roasted a few people, a lot of singing happy birthday. Okay, and just a lot of fun. You know, I like doing this fun. Do it more for the fun than the money.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Fred, for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you.